Hello and welcome to the first episode of Transformation Guide that I've been planning to do for a long time. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Ondřej Broš, which can be translated to Andrew Broach because my last name means brooch in English. I'm from Czech Republic, and I'm the host of a YouTube channel called Příznaky transformace, which can be translated to symptoms of transformation. But transformation is not the right word in English because most of the people are saying that it's more like ascension, or it's a spiritual ascension transformation. And we have a pretty big channel here in Czech Republic, and we are making YouTube videos, but we are not as big as the other world channels because it's very limited, because Czech Republic has 10 million people, and not everyone is interested in a transformation or spiritual things. But we have a lot of monthly viewers, so we think of ourselves as a successful YouTube channel. And a lot of people that watches us are from different countries, Czechs living in foreign countries, and they have a lot of friends and boyfriends and girlfriends that don't speak Czech, and they speak only English, and they want to share with them our information from our channel. So I decided to make English transformational channel. And English is my second language, so I apologize in advance for sometimes forgetting some words, or because the basic English is something different than a spiritual English words and meanings. And so this is the first episode of Transformation Guide. I want to speak about some basics. A lot of people are saying, and they are traveling to us for help, spiritual help, and they are saying that they don't have anything like that in their countries. So I don't think it's not a very common thing to have a spiritual channels. I know they exist, but we have a lot of guests and a lot of history and experiences with those kinds of information about the transformation. So I want to share it with you, so you can start watching us, maybe, because we have some past interviews we made with some people that are invested and interested in spiritual things. So we can put those interviews here, and we can make future interviews with people all around the world. And I think it's a good way to send informations all across the world, yeah. And it's really time for me, and it's a possibility for me to learn how to speak English better, because I'm very nervous. When I speak English alone, I think I'm good at it, and when I record myself, I know I'm good at it. But when I speak with someone who's English speaker, or right now, I get a little nervous. So I think it will be a better time from time to time. So bear with me and enjoy these videos. So like I said, this is the first video, and I want to try it. I want to get better. So if you want to comment or suggest something, you can write down in the comments. You can write us what you want to hear. You can ask me some questions. I don't think I'm some kind of spiritual leader in a Czech Republic, but I have a lot of we have a lot of viewers. I'm making this project with my awesome wife. I joined her in 2015, 16, yeah, and we were, making the YouTube channel, our Czech YouTube channel, together. And because I speak English, I just said to myself, okay, let's try this. So, basic to transformation. Uh, I would start. I want to start with the reason why my wife started this symptoms of transformation project back in 2010. It was because she. I'm sorry. I'm gonna check my sound. Yeah. Okay. She started it because she started to feel different. She started to feel some things that were that can be explained by uh, logic or reason. So she started a Facebook page called Symptoms of Transformation, where people can share their experiences, so they'll know they are not alone. And a lot of people are experiencing this 10, 20, 30 years ago. If you know Louise Hay, she is one of the people who were talking about this a long time ago. So she started a Facebook page. Then she started to make videos, and here we are a few years later. And we have a live stream every day, every evening, almost every evening, with some guests, and we make videos about Czech nature, and we would like to travel more and make videos from the places about spiritual things and culture and food. But that's basically how it started. It started like an innocent Facebook page, and now it's well, I can say for sure that we are in a top 3 spiritual projects here in Czech Republic. So, like I said, Czech Republic has 10 million people, tens millions of people. So it's a rather small country. But we've got Czech viewers from around the world, from Africa, Australia, USA, South America, and all those parts. So we know what the people want. And they were asking me, I'm talking to my boyfriend, and he doesn't understand Czech, so he's always asking me what was the stream about. And well, I can answer some of your questions. So if you want to write me something or ask some questions, just write it down under the video into the comments. And let's just talk about transformation, or as someone calls it, a spiritual awakening. So I'm 28 years old. I'm gonna be 29 in a few months, and I started this transformation in 2013 when I started to awaken. People are talking about the awakening process. The awakening process has a lot of meanings, or people are saying all kinds of things. And according to me, or in my opinion, awakening is has a lot of variables. But awakening for me is that you step out of a position of a guilt. Sorry, that wasn't the things I want to say. Victim, yeah, because a lot of lots of things are, splitting into a victim and a guilty person, or someone who's hurting someone, and someone who is getting hurt by other people or the world around us. And the people, when I started awaken, and people around me were telling me this, the main thing is that you start to you stop to feel like a victim. You started to realize that the life that you live and the things around you, the life you created, is chosen by you, is created by you. It's not that the system is trying to hurt you. Well, yeah, it's trying to hurt you, but you can step out of it. You can choose not to be a victim. And if you stay in a position or state of a victim, you can much do about your life, because you are always pointing around yourself. You never point on you. It's everybody's fault. You know that. You've been through that. You know, like, it's my parents' fault. It's my teacher's fault. It's fault that the government is making me or making bad conditions for me to grow. But when you realize it's all in your hands, you can do something about it. You can change the way you live. You can change the way you feel. And that's, for me, it's the main reason or thing for a awakening process, where it's said, because we have some terms that are taken from English words, but then we have our own words. So I'm gonna translate it and try to explain it. Because Czech language is very hard. I really think it's one of the hardest language on the world. And some of you may try to learn Czech from your friends or family, and you can you can say it's not very easy. So this awakening process is when you stop sleeping, when you just open your eyes. What maybe David Icke and I don't know, Teal Swan, and lots of famous worldly famous people who are speaking about those things, like open your eyes. Open your eyes and see the world as it is, not to see it through your traumas and through your problems, but see the world and beyond the world. See the sphere that cannot be seen, as we call it, a spiritual sphere. And that's the awakening process. You realize the hard truth. And according to me, or in my opinion, I really think that the awakening process is mostly really painful, because your ego, and I'm not saying that ego is bad, ego is great thing to achieve something, but ego cannot be our master. We need to say to ego, do what I want to do, and not reverse. Like, don't take orders from your ego. So the painful thing is caused by your ego, because in your ego it's like a library filled with your traumas, emotions, and all those things that make us people, human. Because we have a soul, we are soul, but we are currently incarnated into a physical body. And with that physical body, we have ego, we have a mind, logic, emotions, and all those things that make us a human. And it's not a bad thing, because nowadays a lot of spiritual movements are telling about or speaking about, let go of your emotions. Don't feel emotions. They are bad. Ego is bad. And I think it's bullshit. Just like that. I don't think it's a good thing to let go of your emotions, because they are still in there, because we are human. So the better thing to say, it's get a control of your emotions, not let them go or erase it or because you're just trying to hide something, and that's not good, because inside our body it's still growing, and it's going to be shown in the future, maybe like some kind of injury or sickness or something with our health. So the awakening process is painful because we start to realize that we lived in a lie, lies that we created, or the world around us created, or people around us created, like a school, family, friends, and people we grow up with. And we need to look at ourselves, and we need to realize what I'm it's important to find out the differences between what our soul wants and what we want, because we believed someone that this is exactly what we need to do. I'm gonna say one example for this. There was a guy who was a lawyer, successful lawyer. He had a beautiful wife, kids, great car, house, and he was living a dream. Not according to me, but according to rest of the world, most of people in the world. That's our goals: to marry someone, have a children, buy a car, house, pay taxes, and grow old and die. That's just that's how the world sees the meaning of life, and I don't think it's the best interpretation. But according to people around him, he was happy, but he was a very serious alcoholic with suicidal thoughts, and he was sometimes he was very close to a suicide. And when he went to the spiritual therapist, and he started to talk with him, and then the lawyer started crying, and he said, I wanted to be a car mechanic. I want to dig in the cars, smell by gasoline, have a dirty hands, and that was my dream. I wanted to, work with cars because it was my passion. But my parents told me, no, that's not the best way to make money, so you can fulfill the future we created for you. So you're gonna be lawyer, and you're gonna be really, really happy. He believed that, so he did that. But after when he was 40, or between 40 and 50 years old, he started to feel sad, and he started to drink so he can, he can push his feelings, stomp down his feelings and his emotions by something that's gonna dull him, like an alcohol. I've got a lot of experience with alcohol. Maybe it's gonna be a theme for another video. So the main reason he wanted to kill himself was that he was doing something he didn't want to do in his life, but he believed that this is the right thing because his parents told him that. So the awakening is realizing what is the real purpose or path that your soul chose for this incarnation. So, and there's another thing, that if you are awakened, you start to believe that there are some past lives and future lives, and that this is one of the many, 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 many lives that we lived and we will be living. And that will be definitely a in another video. I'm sorry. I just want to say, because maybe a lot of people don't know me, I'm gonna do some from time to time. I'm gonna give some information about me. When I was a little, I had a lot of problem with stuttering. Just when I heard myself uh, back on a video or on an audio, uh, I didn't say a sentence without stuttering through it, like saying some syllables or words again, again, again. And when I was older, I kind of uh, lost it. And through the process of working on myself, that's just uh, something we call here. It's personal in personal uh, evolvement. You're evolving personally. We say we are working on ourselves. We are uh, get rid of traumas and all those bad energies and emotions, and we work on ourselves. And that's the way we speak about it in Czech, but I don't know the right English translation. But it's when I start to work on myself, I realized why I had the problem with stuttering. And it was, it was. Uh, this is exactly the time. It was reaching to a past lives, and I start to work on that. I start to lose my nervous fear of authorities, and I stop stuttering. But sometimes it's back. So that's I'm not I'm not a bad speaker. I just had this problem when I was a kid and when I was adult. So when you have problem with stutter, what's the best thing you do? When I joined in 2014, I joined a internet radio and become a host. And I was there for 4 years, and then I jumped here to a symptoms of transformation. So from a person who was fainting when I was, speaking in front of my class, which was filled with my friends, I was just standing there, and my paper was just, and I was almost fainting, and I was stuttering, and I was hot, I was red, and I was sweating. And now I'm making videos, or I'm making a live presentations for tens and hundreds of people, and I don't have a problem with that anymore. And that's I have problem now because I'm speaking English to an English persons and people, and I will be talking about my English problem in another video. So I'm nervous now, and this is my first time that I've been recording something in English. So I think you can forgive me my nervousness. So when you transform, you are making your life better. You are become happier. You are become more self-aware. You have a we are saying self-reflection, but I don't think that's applicable in English. But when you can see what is your problem, when you can see what's the topic of problems you need to solve, you need to be aware of them, you need to give them attention. And those are things like money or family, relationships, and I'm gonna find the word I'm gonna use a lot of times, and I'm not sure how to say it. So I'm gonna look at the dictionary, because that's the word that I'm gonna be saying a lot. So abundance, yeah, yeah, abundance. Okay, flow of abundance. Okay, so abundance is a um, one of the most common topics for people, but a lot of people are mistaken abundance with a money, which money is energy. So abundance is a abundance of energy. So it's love, it's friendship, it's a emotions, it's family, and all those things around that, and money and work opportunities. Abundance is a, a lot more than people are thinking, that it's only about money, but it's not, because money is energy like everything else. And people who are angry at money, they are saying the world is controlled by money, world is destroyed by money. Yeah, I get it. I was angry before too, but you need to understand that money is energy, and it's up to us how we handle or how we transform that energy into something. So someone can get money, like a gift or at work, and he can use that money to make a world a better place. And a lot of people are taking the money and using them to destroy the world, to make it worse, or to make more money. But it's not money's fault. It's like we say here, you have a knife and you can, butter your toast, or you can stab someone. But it's not the knife's fault. It's it's all up to people who are holding the knife, and it's the same as the people who are holding the money. So money is not necessarily a bad thing. I know that just so you know who are you speaking to. I don't want to brag myself, but a few people called me Czech David Icke, because when I awoke by learning how a music industry works. I don't want to say the world, but you know it. Pyramids and all this stuff. I don't want to say it to get attention from YouTube algorithms. So I started my career at the internet radio, and with my own project that I had in Czech on YouTube, where I was doing a meanings of songs and hidden messages and all those things. So I was a great big conspirator. I was really interested in that. But in a flow of time, I just realized that it was a little destructive, to scare people, show them that, everywhere is the devil and all those things. And then I realized it's really better to motivate people, make their lives better, and that's what I'm doing here in this project, Symptoms of Transformation, and that's what I want to do here in this English channel. Right now, this video will be on our Czech channel, and I will think about moving all those things to a new English channel, so you can, if you are English speaking person, I don't think you really need to subscribe this channel, because this channel is primarily in Czech, and we have a lot of Czech guests. Well, we have only Czech guests, and maybe you can use it to train your Czech language. But mostly, it's gonna be the new YouTube channel, and I'm gonna, it's gonna name. It's gonna have a name of Symptoms of Transformation. I think that's fair, because it will be a sister of our Czech channel. So this episode was a testing episode. I don't want you to say, he don't know what he's talking about. And just wait for another videos and try to ask me some questions. I know this is you maybe don't know what to think, but just give us a chance and try to watch more and more videos as they will come. I want to make a few videos in 1 week, and maybe have some guests later on. So okay, thumbs up like always. And if you want to ask me something about a transformation, just write down in the comments. If you want to say that, oh, don't worry, Andrew, your English is fine. Or you want to say, you're a stupid idiot and you don't speak English, you just think you can speak English. Just write whatever you want. And thank you for any feedback and for this opportunity to talk to you in English, which is the language I'm speaking almost whole my life, but in private. When I have to speak with someone, I get nervous and it's not as good as I think it is. So thank you for watching this video, and be ready to see next video, which will have a specific topic, and we will, well, we can speak about the awakening, about past lives, how the world, physical and spiritual spheres work, because I'm making some seminaries. I hope it's an English word for people, and I'm making a presentations, and I talk with a lot of people. I'm making my own live streams, which are, a lot of people are watching that. So I think I have some experience. So I think I'm capable of talking about it. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you sometime. Well, I will see you in the next week. Thank you, and bye-bye.